Good morning, children. So let's continue from page number 57, the very beginning of the page. Bholi did not know what exactly a school was like and what happened there, but she was glad to find so many girls, almost of her own age, present there. She hoped that one of these girls might become her friend. Now, Bholi had no idea how a school looks, what is there, and what was going to happen there. But she was happy to find that so many girls were there and almost they were of her Bholi's age, and she was happy that from so many girls, maybe that at least one of these girls will become one of her friend. The lady teacher who was in the class was saying something to the girls, but Bholi could understand nothing. She looked at the pictures on the wall. The colors fascinated her, attracted her. The horse was brown, just like the horse on which the Tehsildar had come to visit their village. The goat was black, like the goat of their neighbor. The parrot was green, like the parrot she had seen in the mango orchard. Orchard is a small garden, and the cow was just like their Lakshmi. And suddenly, Bholi noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. Now, Bholi went into a class, and the teacher, she was saying something to the girls, but Bholi was not able to understand. She was not so mentally grown that she could understand everything. So she didn't understand anything. She started looking at the pictures on the wall. So many pictures were there. So they all look very real. The colors of the picture were very bright and they attracted Bholi. The horse was brown in color, the same on which Tehsildar had come to inaugurate the school. The goat was the same black, which was similar to their neighbors. So everything was similar as they were in reality. Though the pictures they were like the same, and the cow was also there, which was same like their Lakshmi. And when Bholi was busy in looking at the pictures, suddenly she noticed that the teacher was standing by her side and she was giving a smile to her. What's your name, little one? And then the teacher asked her name. Bho, bho, bho. She could stammer no further than that. So when she tried to speak, when she tried to tell her name, she stammered. She only could speak bho, bho, and after that she was not able to speak. Then she began to cry and tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in her corner, not daring to look up at the girls who she knew were still laughing at her. Now, when she tried to tell her name, she was not able to, and she started crying, and tears started coming out from her eyes. She was feeling very helpless. She just put her head down and she sat in the corner, and she didn't have the courage to look at the girls because she knew that girls will be laughing at her, and they were still laughing at her. When the school bell rang, all the girls scurried out of the room. Scurried out means to move quickly with short step steps. Means जैसे ही छुट्टी की बेल बजती तो you people also do like that. You just you people just make lines and you go turn by turn. But in the village it was not any rule. As soon as the bell rang, all the girls they just quickly hurried out of the room. But Bholi dared not leave her corner. But Bholi still, she didn't have the courage to get up from there and to leave that place. Her head still lowered, she kept on sobbing. Still, she was crying with sobs. Bholi, the teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, she had never been called like that. It touched her heart. So the teacher, she came near her and she called her by her name, Bholi. And the teacher's voice was very soft and soothing, means it was very calm and gentle. And Bholi, for the first time, she was hearing her name called with so much love and warmth, and that touched her heart. Get up, said the teacher. It was not a command, but just a friendly suggestion. Bholi got up. So the teacher asked her to get up from there, and Bholi was so touched by such a soft voice because it was not an order. She was just asking her in a very friendly way to get up from there. Now tell me your name. And the teacher again asked her name. Sweat broke out over her whole body. Would her stammering tongue again disgrace her? For the sake of this kind woman, however, she decided to make an effort. She had such a soothing voice, she would not laugh at her. Bha bha bho bho, she began to stammer. So, when the teacher again asked her name, she was filled with sweat. And she started thinking that would she be able to speak her name, or again her stammering would disgrace her. Means क्या फिर से उसकी insult होगी, she will be insulted again because of her stammering. but she wanted to tell her name that to that kind teacher. So she decided to make an effort. And because the teacher had a very soothing voice and she was sure that teacher will not make fun of her, so she tried to tell her name, Bho. Well done, the teacher encouraged her. Come on now, the full name. So when Bholi was trying to tell her name, the teacher, she appreciated her, she motivated her, and she asked her to, very good. She said like this, very good, come on, very good. You can tell me your full name. And finally, Bholi was able to tell her, Bho Bholi. At last, she was able to say it and felt relieved as if it was a great achievement. So, finally, by the motivation of a teacher, Bholi was able to speak out her name, and finally she told her name, Bholi. And she was satisfied, she felt relaxed that it was a big achievement. Well done. The teacher patted her affectionately and said, Put the fear out of your heart and you will be able to speak like everyone else. Bholi looked up as if to ask, Really? So when the teacher appreciated her, she just put her hand at the back with love and said, Just throw away the fear from your heart and you will be able to speak like every other girl. And Bholi looked at her face as if she was trying to say, Really? Will she be able to speak? The next page, children. Yes, yes, it will be very easy. You just come to school every day. Will you come? So the teacher said, Yes, of course. It's very easy to speak, but the only thing is that you need to come to school daily. Bholi nodded. She just shook her head. No, say it aloud. Then the teacher asked her to speak it rather to just shaking your head. Yes. And Bholi herself was astonished that she had been able to say it. And Bholi was surprised on herself that she was able to speak. Didn't I tell you? Now take this book. And the teacher said, Yes, I told you na, that you will be able to speak. And then she handed her a book. The book was full of nice pictures and the pictures were in color. Dog, cat, goat, horse, parrot, tiger and a cow just like Lakshmi. And with every picture was a word in big black letters. So the teacher was very colored. It had the pictures of all the animals and something was written there with by the side of the picture and it was written in big black letters. In 1 month you will be able to read this book. Then I'll give you a bigger one, then a still bigger one. In time you will be more learned than anyone else in the village. Then no one will ever be able to laugh at you. People will listen to you with respect and you will be able to speak without the slightest stammer. Understand? No, now go home and come back early tomorrow morning. Now the teacher told her that within 1 month you will be able to read that book. And after that I'll give you one bigger one and after that a still bigger one. And within a time you will become the most learned girl of the village. Then no one will make fun of you. Everyone will listen to you and they will give you respect also. And you will even not stammer then. Understand? Which the teacher was trying to convince her to come to school, and by coming to school she will learn things. People will start respecting her. They will not make fun of her and all that. So she was trying to convince her to come to school. And then she asked her to go to school and come back tomorrow in the morning. Bholi felt as if suddenly all the bells in the village temple were ringing and the trees in the front of schoolhouse and had blossomed into big red flowers. Her heart was throbbing with a new hope and a new life. Now Bholi was very happy and suddenly she felt that the change is there. The bells in that village temple, they were ringing. Children, you know that जैसा कि फिल्मों में होता है कि कुछ चेंज ऐसे दिखाना हो तो suddenly the bell started ringing and the tree that was there in the schoolhouse, it produced suddenly it produced big red flowers and heart was throbbing means the heart was beating with a strong steady rhythm and it was beating with a new hope and a new life means एक नई उम्मीद की किरण जाग गई थी भोली में and she was very happy and she was feeling कि now her life is going to change. That's all children. Rest we will do in the next class.